So today I want to show you guys about this optional mod pack here I made for our Minecraft server, Lutton-Bourne. At least I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Luton, but the only time I've ever actually heard it spoken was when I flew by it Microsoft Flight Sim and the ATC pronounced it that way. So I'm just gonna go with it because that's some AI that's learned to pronounce stuff. So it's probably close enough to right. So with this mod pack, there's this big old list of mods it uses. You can look through that if you want to. But this mod is completely optional. You don't have to use it, but it does help your game run a lot better. And there's a bunch of quality of life stuff I put in here. So first, you want to go to this link here, which will be in the description of the video, or it'll be linked on whatever Discord channel I put this video on. And you go scroll down and you download this Technic launcher for whichever platform you're currently using. Most of you are, I'm guessing, are using Windows. Some people use Mac, which is okay, whatever. Do you? And then you need this link up here that will also be in the description or Discord channel. But you can't just type this into your web browser because then this page comes up that you see here. So what you gotta do, you have to copy the link and then you'll paste it into your Technic launcher, which I have right here. So you double click on it. Once you download it, it'll install stuff and it'll ask you for your Minecraft username and password. And so once you do that, you would go up to here and you would paste in that link, and then the mod pack would come up here and there would be an install button down here you can click. And as long as everything goes correctly, it should download and install. But I have to update this one right now so I can at least show you what it looks like when everything's being downloaded. If I hit play, would you like to update? You should probably press yes always, because I'll put updates out that help improve the pack or even make the file size smaller, which can help a bit. I'm probably going to cut the video here until it's about done downloading. So while that's downloading, there's something I'd like to plug into this video here. Whatever you go and download this thing, by default, this launcher, it gives you in launcher options and the Java settings, it'll give you like 1 gigabyte of RAM or something like that, which for most people is probably not enough. Most people are probably good with like 2.5. And so you can come in here, you can set it to 2, but if 2 or maybe it's 4, it's either 2 or 4, I can't remember which. If that's the max that it lets you do, which way I'm gonna set it back to what I had before. I think I had it 3.5. If that's the max, if 2 or 4 is the max it lets you do, and your computer has plenty more RAM than that, you'll want to close your launcher there, and then go to this website that I will also link in the description and on the Discord channel. And then you go OpenJDK 11, and you would download that, and you'd save it wherever. I'm just gonna go save it in my downloads, and then it'll take a minute to download, which I'll sit here and I'll cut the video and continue when this is done. So once this is done installing, you'll go run it however you run it in your web browser, and it'll probably ask you something like this: that its next computer file could have viruses. But this is trusted by a lot of Java developers, not just for Minecraft but for other software too. So you would normally press OK and let it go. Although I already have it installed, so I'm just gonna hit cancel. I don't want it to somehow mess up what I currently have, because I need a specific version for stuff. So once you do that, I can just close this, and you go reopen the Technic launcher, and let it do its thing. Go up there to launcher options, Java settings, and then in here you can select a certain version of Java. Well, the one we just downloaded isn't going to show up there, which actually I need to update my version here so it's a newer version of Java. But what we're trying to do is, before, you probably had a 32-bit version of Java, but we need a 64-bit if you want more than 2 gigabytes, I'm pretty sure it is. So you go find another version, and then this OpenJDK 11, I think is what it was. It'll be on your computer here. You go to this PC or whatever the root of your computer's files are, and in your main drive, and then I think it's either program files or program files x86. It's program files, and then OpenJDK, and you would go into here and you'd go to bin, yeah, and then you select this Java w.exe. Although I'm using an older version for Java development reasons. Although you'll have JDK-11 and dash a bunch of other numbers, dash hotspot. You just select whatever's in there, and then you hit open. Although I'm gonna actually I have a different version of Java on here. There's Java 11 I could use. Pretty sure this one's Java 11. Yeah, it is. So I can use this just to show what this looks like. So now I have Java 11, specifically 64-bit, because most computers nowadays are gonna be 64-bit. And if you don't have one of those, then you probably have a really old computer and you should get a new one soon. However, that you can do that. So then you go select whatever amount of RAM you want. Higher isn't necessarily better when it comes to Java, so I just do like 3.5 or 4. So once this gets to 100%, if it's your first time downloading the mod pack, it'll probably start installing all the stuff that's actually for Minecraft, which they have to download from Mojang because no one else can go and save that and distribute it on their own. So they have to get it straight from Mojang, which it looks like it's checking if I have everything right there, which it does pretty quickly on my computer. And then once the game is launched, which can take a second, so you loading into the game might be slightly slower than vanilla, but your FPS and game performance and all that will be much better than, or should be much better than what it was before, if you're having any kind of frame drop issues. So here you can go customize all your options, whatever you want. Something that can cause a little bit of lag here is this thing. It makes mobs turn into a ragdoll whenever you kill them, which I think is pretty cool, so I put that in here. But if that's causing you lag, you can do mob physics off right here. I just do ragdoll because, it looks pretty cool. And then block physics. This thing also has a thing where if you break a block, it'll like shatter into a bunch of pieces, but that can get laggy really quick, so I disabled it. You can go adjust all your other settings. I did include some resource packs in here that aren't necessarily crazy, but like this one here, I've used it for years because it's just a slightly higher resolution than the actual game, which I don't really like the 16 by 16, but this is 32 by 32 pixels on all the blocks, that kind of resolution. Then there's like this thing, it retextures the anvil a little bit, because you'd think if you're using metal on like an anvil in real life, that anvil might start to heat up, so this adds some like heating type thing as the anvil cracks. This resource pack, there's like this green arrow on a map when you put it in an item frame, and so it removes that green arrow, so it's just a clean map you can look at. And then this thing, stone cutters. For some reason, stone cutters, there's like a certain texture, I guess deformity you call it, where like there's a certain texture on the top, or a certain color that should be on the top that it's not, where it matches everything. This thing helps you see when netherwart's grown. This one helps you see where ores are, like in a cave, they'll glow a little bit. This one helps you see when there's honey in a beehive. And there's some people, they've seen screenshots I've had where I have a rainbow XP bar, and I guess they've liked it. I really don't know, but it just seems like they did, so I include that in here. You can turn it off if you want to by clicking there, and that turns it off. And then all these work, even though they say they're incapable. That's just because they were made in an older version of the game, but they all still work. And this one just lowers the shield, so you don't see as much of it, which helps you see stuff. And the other two are just mod stuff that it adds that I don't really know what they're supposed to do. So if I go through some of the mods, this one helps you with placing blocks. Like if you're moving really fast, you can actually turn it off by pressing the was it like the vertical bar key, which is on at least on Windows right above your enter key. This one makes your advancements window larger. It's in the name. This one just lets you do different keybinds the game doesn't let you. That one adds more information to Bee's Nest and a few other things. This one makes it so Biome Blending. There's a setting in the game called Biome Blending, which when you're on the border of two biomes, it'll blend the colors, and this makes it a lot more efficient. So you can actually run a higher setting on that, make the game look better. If you're in single player and you've ever had to open a land world or something, this mod comes in handy. There's an optimization mod in here called Sodium, and this adds a different button to get into the settings for that. Because if you don't have this, it overwrites the original Minecraft settings, which then you're missing some settings. Your F3 screen can be a bit daunting when you first look at it, and this thing goes and colorizes everything and sorts it a bit better. Uh, I've actually found that I like this a little bit. When you open a chest or something like that, it'll blur the outside or the around your screen. And I've got it on a light blur. You can go into the configure thing here and you can set how much you want it to blur, which is the setting here. The higher that is, the more blurry it is, so I find 8's pretty good. I think that's the default actually with that mod when you download it. This one, if you're someone that likes to play with brightness above what the game lets you, this mod lets you do that without editing your options file. But me, I just have it barely above what the game lets you. Because when I was younger and I was playing the game, I had a really bad screen that was always dark and you could barely see anything if you went anywhere even remotely dark. So I've always had mods like this. This one, when you put it in full screen, which I think I can do, it doesn't show up on the recording. Well, rip. Well, if you do full screen, if you're someone that uses multiple monitors, or even if you don't, if you only have one monitor and you use the Alt Tab shortcut on your keyboard, it helps the game not lag a whole bunch when you try to click somewhere else. Scroll down again. This one adds sounds. It's right there in the description. Sounds and crumbs when you eat cake. Because there isn't that in the game for whatever reason. This one is in the description again. Your chat will cover up your armor, which can be annoying. And at least in vanilla Minecraft. This one, it's not necessarily used, but it could be used by some resource packs in the future, so I put it in here. It's a bunch of these mods. They're kind of copying Optifine features that are like the useful ones at least. And so that's one of them. This is also one of them. Could be used for resource packs in the future. This one it'll show you as playing Minecraft in Discord, but it'll also show you playing on Lutton-Bourne, and maybe it'll do it with other servers too. I'm not 100% sure because I don't play on other servers. I have to set it up where it says Lutton-Bourne. This one, whenever you click off of the game, I can actually show this here on this. If I click out of the game, it'll lower the FPS to 5, which normally you're not looking at the game. Like say I have my web browser up here, and then I'm doing stuff here, not looking at the game. Normally you wouldn't see the game, so that just helps your computer perform better when you have Minecraft in the background. Go back into mods, and where were we? So this one, it has a menu on the left side of a crafting table. and you can just click on whatever item you want to craft based on the stuff that's in your inventory. And you can press, I think I set it up to G to get rid of that menu, but then there's another menu that'll come up on the right side that you can look up crafting recipes in. So it's kind of like a toggle between the two. There's this thing, it just hides entities that you normally wouldn't see, so it helps with your game's performance. Another performance one, I'm not exactly sure what it does, but it helps. It's been a while since I added that one and looked at its mod page. This one, another resource pack related thing that could be used in the future. This one, I'm, I'm not sure how many of you play the game in full screen mode. I personally don't. But this one just stops Minecraft from opening in full screen, which can cause a bit of lag. But then you just have to press F11 to open it back up in full screen if you're used to that. This one, it'll show what the durability of your armor is, like on your screen, instead of you having to open your inventory and look at it. It'll also do this little kind of annoying sound when your stuff's about to break, so it really warns you. Don't break that maxed enchanted diamond pickaxe that you're currently speed mining with. And the sound is so annoying, I actually had to go lower the volume of the sound by editing its like audio file or something. Which actually, now that I think of it, that was many versions ago and I probably need to re-put in that audio file. Whoops. If you've ever played on Bedrock Minecraft, when you have something in your hand, it'll tell you what it is, like above your hotbar. So this kind of does the same thing. This one, it's not just, this thing isn't just for horses. Like, it'll show how long until a furnace is done cooking and a bunch of different things. But it can also show the stats of a horse, like how fast it is or how high it can jump. There's this one. If you've ever gone on a single player world or a new server, it'll tell you to like use WASD, look around, go punch a tree and stuff. I have this so it disables it. But it can also disable recipes, but I actually like to see the recipes. Or never mind, I like to see the advancements, that's what it is. So recipes, yeah, you don't see that either. You can change that if you want. There's this item score thing, which helps you move items around in inventory. Really the only reason I use it is because it can be used to sort your inventory, which I have bound to middle click on my mouse. It'll just sort an entire chest based on... I'm not exactly sure what it's based on, but it just sorts it where everything's next to each other. That needs to be. It makes it so grass is on the side of the blocks, which I've almost always liked. Except I didn't when it first became a thing in Minecraft. Thought it was the ugliest thing ever, but then it grew on me. If you've ever used Optifine, and you hold a torch in your hand, it'll light up the area around you. This does the same thing. This one just makes the game start faster. Not really much to explain there. This one, if you press F4 on your keyboard, or whatever it is on a Mac, I think it's different on Macs or something, I don't know. It'll show what the light level is on the blocks around you, so you can use that when lighting up stuff to keep mobs from spawning in your house and whatnot. If you're someone that always has mobs spawn in your house, this one, it's in the description. This one, you can actually add a custom cape and stuff, which I have one for me, so anyone that has this mod will be able to see my cape, although if you go to, let's see here, I'd have to find the mod in here. I don't know if I really want to. So is it Minecraft capes? Let's see if we can find it. So there's this website here. You can go register an account and put like a cape on and stuff. Although these are your things you have to like pay for, so I don't do that. It's kind of like, it's similar to Optifine capes, where if you have Optifine on, you can see other people that have their Optifine cape, except that's free. This is just the thing we're looking at right now. It's the mod menu, so you need a mod to have a menu, and a lot of mods require it, so it's there. What was that? Oh no, items. I got these two confused. So So this one is the thing that I do middle clicking as sorts. This one you can use a bunch of different buttons to like move stuff around your inventory. Like you can hold Alt and then click on an item and it'll just move all of that item to like your inventory from a chest or something. This one, fixes a glitch in Minecraft that you've probably never seen, but it's there. If you've pressed F3 before, there's like the thing in the middle of the screen. It's like got like 3 lines coming off of it. This just removes that because I think it's annoying. This one, when your game crashes, sometimes it won't actually crash. It'll just take you to the main menu of the game, so that's pretty useful. It's less time you're out of the game. This one, see, the main thing I've seen for this is when I'm in a boat. Like I was in a boat with my bunch of boys a few days ago, as of recording the video at least. And I look behind me and I can see his arms rowing in the boat. So I thought that was pretty cool. But this it also does animations for like eating and stuff in third person. And this your ping is normally just like 5 bars, so this changes it to be a number, so you can kind of know. That's like a light optimization mod. Then we got the physics mod I was talking about before, where it does the ragdoll mobs. This one, it adds like footstep sounds, which I actually think is kind of cool. Like when you walk over metal, it sounds like you're walking on metal. And like grass is grass and stuff, instead of not really having many sounds like Minecraft has. This one, you can press R on your keyboard and your person will just start walking in a straight line. You do have to watch it though, because you don't want to fall in a hole or something if you do that. This one brings the Optifine feature where you can change the height of clouds. I have it set at 180 because I like it to be a bit higher so I can actually see stuff. Oh, dang it. I gotta scroll down. This is the mod to look up recipes that I was saying before. You can press G to toggle over to it when you're in your inventory. This one shows where you can find the blocks in the world. Like you can I think you can click on diamond ore in the recipe thing and it'll show you where in the world to find it. Which, if I remember right, is between Y0 and Y16 or something like that. But that's going to be changing in 1.17, so that mod's going to be useful to have. This one, when you leave the server, it takes a screenshot just before you leave, although you don't see it taking the screenshot. And then when you load back into the server, it'll use that as like a loading screen. So it's like you're seamlessly loading into the server. It's kind of cool. This one, you can hover for a shulker box and it'll show what's in it. And then this one, it helps with your scrolling a little bit. You can see when I scroll, it takes like half second to stop. That's another optimization mod for the game. This one allows stuff to be transparent. That's another resource pack that could be used in the future. Tweakaroo, you can change a bunch of settings in it to make your game do different things. If you've ever seen Suspicious Stew, you don't really know what it is until you eat it, but this thing should tell you. I haven't actually tried it because I haven't used Suspicious Stew in a while. So I guess I can test that when I go log on to Lutton. And this is a mini map. You can actually disable it if you want in its settings. You can press the comma key to bring up the big map, and then you can get to its settings from there. You can press your period key right next to it. And that brings up your waypoint list, which has some more settings in there. Or you can press in on the keyboard to create a waypoint. You can use, I think I have it set to your period key on your numpad, which not everyone has a numpad to zoom in on the minimap. So you may need to change that. And this one brings like the Optifine zoom almost, except this you can zoom in really far. You can see things far away. You can actually scroll to zoom and unzoom. This mod, you may have seen it when I started the game. That it started, using the whole screen because that's what I had before. I may need to remove that actually, because it may mess with people when they start loading the game. I don't know. We'll see what happens. This will make it so you can just world edit in single player. And this makes so you can see what you're using, what you're world editing, like your selection box or whatever the heck it's called. I don't know. I don't do that much world edit. I'm not an expert at it. So then we're done with that. In multiplayer, you should see Lutton-Bourne there, which you do. Nice. Then when you join, you can see up there you have your ping, or really anyone's ping. You have the mini map there in the corner. And wait, I want to find suspicious stew. No, can I not get it? Wait. Oh, apparently when I give it to myself, it has no effects. Maybe. Oh, would I actually need to? I need to actually be able to eat this. So hunger for like 5 seconds. Maybe that'll make it so I can eat this. Nope. Is that gonna... No? Apparently, I don't know how to use commands. Either that or this just isn't working here. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm in spawn. It is so you don't lose hunger when you're in spawn. Maybe. Is that how that works? Or does this thing just not work at all? Well, you can figure that out on your own if you ever get suspicious too, I guess. So you have your big old map here, which because this is like my copy of stuff, it shows where all I've been, different places. You have the spawn there. You would have my house up here, but I use a different instance of the game that has all my waypoints on it. This is just what you would have got if you had like an earlier version of the mod pack, but I think I removed all this. So people can go explore on their own. Apparently someone's built a thing there. I think that might be Shadow. And you have your options and everything up there. I was gonna make this into like 2 different videos, but I don't know. We'll see how it works. Is there much else to really say about this? Oh yeah, if you have any problems, just contact me and I can try and fix them. Or help you fix them, whichever way is appropriate for the situation. And I guess I'll see you guys later on Lutton-Bourne here. Hope you have a good day.